Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of Ask Alan, episode 13, and we're at the end of August now, heading towards the cooler months. I hope all of you have coped with the hot weather, or in particular I hope all of your dogs have coped with the hot weather okay. So it should be a bit cooler moving forward. Thank you everyone as always for the questions, so let's jump right in, let's get to the questions. Question 1. My dog often skips meals and doesn't eat much but is still full of energy. Should I be worried? Now we record these relatively in advance, not that far in advance, a couple of weeks in advance. So when this was asked, I imagine it was super hot. So always bear that in mind. Dogs, same as us, don't want to eat as much in the hot weather. But in answer to the question, should I be worried? If a dog isn't losing weight and has still got energy, that energy comes from somewhere. Now, quite a lot of us have had scenarios in our life where we're really depleted of energy, whether that's because you were ill or you did, I don't know, a marathon, for example. Now, if you haven't got any energy, haven't got enough calories in your system, you really can't feel like doing much. It feels like effort just to sit down, and it's the same for dogs. So if your dog is just skipping the odd meal and has still got energy and isn't losing weight, then generally speaking you shouldn't be worried. But obviously call up, because there's going to be specific questions that we might ask you and might get to the bottom of it. So you can always ask the question, but it's one of those questions I don't think you should be worried as a general rule, but if you are concerned, give us a call and we can look into it a little bit further. Question 2. I read somewhere dogs shouldn't have raw fish skins. Is that true? Now this question was asked by Anna. I haven't heard this anywhere. We've tried to research it. We cannot find any research to support this. So I'm going to go with it isn't true, and I partly base it on the fact that we sell a huge amount of raw fish with skin on, and have done for a very long period of time. So at the moment I'm saying it isn't true. We are still researching it, but we've spoken to the people who sell us the raw fish, we've spoken to various other people and they hadn't heard the question either. So we're continuing to look into it, but at the moment we can't find any research, anything to support the fact that you shouldn't give fish skins to dogs. Question 3. Why are so many dogs allergic to chicken? The simple answer is I really don't think they are. Now, chicken is one of those proteins that suffer from the fact that it's relatively cheap. And from a labelling point of view, especially if we're talking about some of the cheaper dog foods, they can write just chicken on there. So in the ingredients you're looking at, it'll say chicken. Now it doesn't tell you what part of the chicken that will be. And I can eat chicken perfectly happily. I could love a Nando's, love a breast of chicken, no issues at all. But if you start feeding me feathers and beaks, I don't think I'm going to feel all that good. So bear that in mind, that some people will say that their dogs are intolerant or allergic to chicken. They could possibly not be. It might be that they're allergic to what some people are calling chicken. Now, bear in mind that dogs can be intolerant or allergic to absolutely anything, and chicken, being a very common protein, is probably going to have slightly more incidences of allergic or intolerances than other meats, and beef is the same example. So the answer is I don't think so many dogs are allergic to chicken, but there's loads of options if they are. So I'm not really answering the question why are so many dogs allergic to chicken. I'm kind of saying I don't think there's as many as you think they are. Question 4. Can I feed my dog only rabbit? The answer, if we're going to take that as its truest form, is no. You cannot feed just rabbit. Dogs need other stuff in there. So often what you'll find is in complete rabbits they're going to have some ox offal and things like that in there. So you can't feed just rabbit, and it's not a complete amino acid protein. So bear that in mind. So mixing up the diet is absolutely crucial if you're going to feed something like rabbit. Now there's lots of foods that you can feed just on their own, but rabbit isn't one you can feed just rabbit. Dogs do need something else, so mixing up is an ideal thing to do. If you've got a dog that is intolerant, or you feel is intolerant to absolutely everything, and you can only get them on with rabbit, give us a call. We can look into it. Often when people say that, they've never fed goat, for example, or never fed venison, so bear that in mind. And that answers all the questions for today. Thank you for all the questions. Thank you for getting in touch. We love answering them. And if you've got any questions at all, get in contact. See you soon.